Welcome back to Montana this morning, everyone. The time is now 6:48, 60 degrees to get you out the door on this Friday. I sure hope you have some fun plans. I have no idea what I'm doing this weekend, but it looks like we're going to be dealing with some smoke, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and get started with the news. We begin in Hawaii this morning, where Hurricane Lane is bearing down. The slow-moving storm is dropping torrential rains, flooding low-lying areas and causing landslides. Some part of the Big Island received 20 inches of rain in just 24 hours. Even without a direct hit, forecasters warn Lane could cause major damage. President Trump is picking a fight with his Attorney General Jeff Sessions. In a television interview, the president complained that Sessions never took control of the Justice Department. Sessions fired back, saying his department advances the rule of law and will not be improperly influenced by political considerations. President Trump has expressed dissatisfaction with Sessions ever since the Attorney General recused himself in the federal Russia investigation. Closer to home, a missing endangered person advisory has been issued for a 4-year-old Billings boy. The Montana Department of Justice and Billings Police Department say Liam Davenport was abducted by his non-custodial mother, Candace Sue Brown Seward. Seward took Liam from his residence on August 7th and has not returned him. She is homeless and has been couch surfing with Liam in the downtown area. Seward was seen about a week ago in downtown pushing Liam in a blue stroller. She may have purchased a bus ticket, but authorities are not sure where she may be traveling to. Liam is described as 3 feet tall, 50 pounds, with hazel eyes and blonde hair. He has a gap between his front teeth and may be wearing a red lightweight jacket or blue Thomas the Train jacket. Seward is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 185 pounds. She has a moon tattoo on her shoulder and is 3 to 4 months pregnant. She is known to frequent the Rainbow Bar during the day and early evening. Authorities believe the boy may be in danger because they received information she has been acting erratically. If spotted, call 911. A 10-year-old boy is recovering after he was attacked and injured by a bear in Yellowstone National Park. It happened Thursday morning on the Divide Trail southeast of Old Faithful. The boy was with his family when they encountered the bear as it charged out of vegetation. The boy ran, but the bear chased him down and knocked him to the ground. His parents used bear spray, and it effectively got the bear away from their son. The family was able to walk back to the trailhead, drove to the Old Faithful Ranger Station, and then took the boy to a nearby clinic. He suffered an injured wrist and punctured wounds to his back. It is unknown what species of bear attacked the boy. The Spring Creek and Divide Trails are currently closed. The Oregon man seen taunting a Yellowstone National Park bison in a viral video is now headed to jail for 130 days. 55-year-old Raymond Reinke pleaded guilty to multiple charges related to the early August incident. Reinke was captured on video taunting a bison on a road in Hayden Valley. He had initially pleaded not guilty to all charges, but changed his plea Thursday in Yellowstone District Court, Wyoming. Reinke was first arrested on July 28th in Grand Teton National Park for drunk and disorderly conduct. After he was released on bond the next day, he then went to Yellowstone National Park, where he was again stopped by rangers. Yellowstone rangers then connected Reinke's extensive history, got his bond revoked, and an arrest warrant was issued. He was finally arrested in Glacier National Park when rangers found him arguing with another guest at the Mini Glacier Hotel. A Crow Agency man previously sentenced to 30 years in prison for killing his uncle is now a free man. 38-year-old Quentin Birdingground Jr. had already served 15 years for the murder of Emerson Pickett. Birdingground was sentenced in 2003 after he walked in on his ex-girlfriend, and Pickett pulled out a gun and fired. The bullet went through the woman's hand, striking and killing Pickett. In June, U.S. District Court Judge Susan Waters ruled Birdingground's level of intent did not meet a specific legal threshold of crime of violence, which triggers a harsher sentence. She resentenced him to 14 years for second-degree murder and the assault on his girlfriend. The 15 years he served count toward his new sentence. A Great Falls man and woman now face aggravated kidnapping charges after allegedly holding a victim hostage. Court documents state just 2 days ago, 28-year-old Owen Hawley, along with 25-year-old Tiasha Lee and 2 other individuals, allegedly held a man captive in a garage. The victim told police Hawley gave Lee a handgun and told her, quote, "You know what to do if he tries to leave." While being held captive, the victim says he was repeatedly beat with a baseball bat and brass knuckles. He told police he managed to escape a few hours later. Both Lee and Hawley are facing multiple charges surrounding the crime. Back here in Billings, due to declining sales, the Montana Rescue Mission will close its Heights Bargain Center and consolidate with its Billings West End store. Sales have dropped the last 3 years for the business on Main Street. The store will merge with the Bargain Center on 24th Street West. Management says online shopping has hurt the Bargain Center, and difficulty filling jobs has forced the store to close its receiving area early. The thrift stores help support the Montana Rescue Mission.
This has been a very difficult decision for leadership within the Montana Rescue Mission, and our goal is to always be really good stewards of what this community blesses us with, and that's why we've had to make this hard decision.
The Heights Bargain Center will stop taking donations on September 1st and close on October 31st. Traffic between Rockvale and the Cooney Dam turnoff on Highway 212 should be running much smoother after this weekend when workers wrap up a project. Work to repave and chip seal the road should be finished by today. That's